Hello, 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 ladies and gelatins. Welcome to Shibuya Scramble 428. I still have no idea what that number is about. I literally forget it's a part of the title. It's an important part of the title because the Shibuya Scramble is literally just the name of the place. But it's also the biggest text on the screen. But my brain, it's probably because the dyscalculia. My brain looks at numbers and it's like, the least important information. Clearly. That's why I mix them up. It's fun. So, anyways, let's jump back in. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yes. No, I loved that bad end. It's not a bad end for him, actually. Listen, he gets, hello, Alcool. Oh my gosh, yes, long time no see. This bad end is not a bad end. He goes into farming. He loves it, and he's married and has a kid. He seems like he's living a happy life. It's the funniest bad end I've probably ever seen in a game, honestly. I did not see it coming. So I just have to remember, where was I? Chart is, so what happened that made something happened in the, it's definitely Minorikawa. Okay, let's jump into Minorikawa's story and we'll see how's it going. We'll see how he do and what he is accidentally messing up. So, yeah. So how's life, Alcohol? How things go? Minorikawa stood on the sidewalk, weighing his options. Chiaki's phone call had thrown him for a loop. He'd expected her to be anxious about doing interviews, but wow, she was a real basket case. Still, that didn't change the fact that he had a schedule of his own to keep. The surveillance camera story had to be his top priority. Chiaki would just have to find some way to fumble through things on her end. He headed down Dogenzaka, scanning his surroundings as he went. There were cameras set up on the streetlights all over the place. There were so many, it was hard to believe he'd never noticed them before. One over there, another just over here, electronic eyes peering down on the passers-by from high above, where they were tougher to spot. Just how were the people who came to Shibuya reacting to the situation? Hey, you there! Minorikawa called out a man riding by on a bicycle. Hey, you, stop! The man... This poor guy. Taisi Yasuda, proprietor of a knick-knack shop in Udagawacho. Roughly 30 minutes earlier, while he was wandering along the JR tracks picking up lost and abandoned items, Aichi foisted off his trash onto him, and so he's in a bit of a foul mood. Since then, he's been going along his bicycle, still picking up things from the roadside. There's a trunk on the back of his bike wherever he stores his finds. Life's been life. The whole last week off. Ooh. Yeah. Sometimes you need one of those weeks to get caught up on life. Sounds pretty rough though, honestly. Sounds like a lot of stuff going on for sure. Yeah, no, I guess, gosh, is things more chill? It's crazy because I don't know what it is, but lately, I don't know, September for me was just insane. I caught COVID and then I also caught a super intense stomach bug, which I ended up going to urgent care and getting IV meds and a shot in my muscles so that I would stop finally puking. It was really bad. It was really, it threw me off for a while, and one thing after another. I guess I'm not really that surprised it was one thing after another, but my stomach is still small after that, honestly, and it's been a week now. Not quite. It's been almost a week. And stuff at work is a little bit chaotic because it's the end of the fiscal year and changing projects and so life is lifing, but I am taking every time I have outside of work to relax as much as I can. And when I was sick, I was absolutely relaxing as much as I could, but oh boy. Yeah, no. It took me completely off guard too. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I'm just cursed for September because like last September I caught whooping cough, and this September it's bam, COVID, bam, crazy something. Like literally, since I moved to Poland, I had not thrown up. Like not once. I had been super, super lucky. Just nothing had hit me that hard. Like I thought, oh yeah, maybe I'm just older and like, you know, my stomach has figured it out now. And like when it would happen again, I'm like, oh my God, I remember this feeling. I don't like this feeling at all. And then it just wouldn't stop. And it just would not stop. That was very bad. A bubble life. Honestly, the crazy thing is, like, I don't go outside that much. Like, I'm not hanging around in massive crowds of people. Like, I have a hybrid job, so I only go to the office, like a couple times a week at most. And I go on, like, walks, but I'm not, like, going out on walks, like, where there's a ton of strangers around, like, this neighborhood for the most part, especially this time of year. There's just not that many people walking around like all the time. So I have no idea what's happening and where I'm catching this stuff. You caught COVID from your, oh my gosh, that's brutal, but that actually makes sense because that was the one place where like everyone still had to go and everyone had to have face masks off because it's literally the dentist. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be mad too. Brutal. It's brutal. Yeah, I think I've caught COVID 3 or 4 times now. I feel like it's closer to 4. It's not great. It is easier every time. It's never easy, but it is easier every time. And I know part of that's just because the strains of COVID now are just more and more chill. So it's more or less easier for our immune systems to handle. Like, dang. I am getting the flu shot this year for sure, though. I found out that my health insurance totally covers it completely. So I'm definitely like, I'm waiting a little while because I feel like if I win and get a flu shot now, my body will overreact to it and I won't feel great. So I'm waiting just a little bit for my immune system to recover from all the shenanigans. It's never been the same. Second time, yeah. Yeah, I make the next superfood. No, see, because, like, here's the thing. Yeah, the first time I caught COVID, it hit me hard. Like, I was like, toast. Like, I was out sick for, like, 2 weeks, and I was toast for that first week. I was sleeping, like, 22 hours for, like, 4 or 5 days. And it's, like, I could not function at all. I completely lost my sense of smell and taste. The second time, it was just like kind of weird smell and taste for like 2 days. This time, it was like one day where sense of taste was just kind of off. And then sense of smell, I don't know about y'all, but my sense of smell is never great if I have a stuffed up nose. So like that happened. But yeah. I'm still lucky that that's the worst version of COVID that I've had, though, was that first time. I'm definitely lucky for that. And as awful as it was, it could be worse. But still, I mean, I did obviously, like, I did get the vaccine and everything. I got all those because, hey, I had to. Of course I was going to. And, man, I still remember when I first came to Poland and I had my COVID vaccination card with me. Oh my gosh. Let's never do any of that ever again. Let's never relive those times. They were unique. They were not good. Anyways, so yeah, no, other than that, other than the craziness, life's been pretty all right. Like, definitely I've been playing a lot more Pokemon lately. I'm actually really excited for Pokemon ZA to come out. Like, I decided to go on a limb and pre-order it. Like, I think that should be pretty fun. Wireless headphones? What? You or something else? Oh no, you have to have both for sure. Yeah, so Shibuya, okay, yeah, Shibuya Scramble is still just such a fun time. I keep finding more and more fun things in this game. The story just keeps getting more and more entertaining. Legitimately. Yeah, I gotta have the full remix. And like with these chill tunes, we're just like jamming to it. I love like we have this guy who's just like like in the background, and like we're talking about like, oh my gosh, and like COVID and sickness and blah blah blah, and like this the chillest jams, the chillest vibes. Like no one ever thought that we would talk about sickness over a jazz track. That's fun. It's fun. Oh, and yeah, no, I'm also still super, like, I mentioned it on the last stream, but like, I am still super obsessed with Monster Hunter now. I really did not expect a Monster Hunter phone game to be something that I would be interested in, but boy howdy am I interested in it. And it's gotten me all the way back into like, I'm like, I think I want to play World again. But like, I'm into, like, I'm playing like Pokemon again. I'm playing Monster Hunter again. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it is because like I've had so much sickness lately that I've been staying indoors, and I'm just like going back into my cozy hole of like my favorite series and games. Maybe that's what it is. Yes, that's true. That's a good point, Kira. But yes. So we have this guy here. Huh? What's the matter? He asked. Hi, name's Minoru Minorikawa. I'm a freelance writer. Cool. I'm just doing interviews for a magazine, and I'd like to talk to you. Magazine? Which one? 4-Star General Gossip. Minorikawa did his best to sound proud. Oh. Well, I'm actually in a bit of a hurry here. Minorikawa soldiered on. See that? He pointed out one of the nearby surveillance cameras. What? The blimp? A massive blimp was indeed drifting slowly overhead. Not the button I wanted to press. Not the button I wanted to press. You know, X and Y, they always... Oh boy. Well, you know, it didn't happen. None of that happened. None of this is happening right now. See, what's actually happening is I'm actually here making amazing commentary over what I definitely didn't accidentally restart the scene. Look at all those cameras. Gosh golly, we've never seen them before. We have so many opinions about the cameras. Shadow of Colossus looking for the Bexneys. Oh man. Yeah. Gaming documentaries. Did you watch a gaming documentary about like people spotting like and looking for secrets in Shadow of the Colossus? Oh my god. If you know what it's called on YouTube, where to find it, a link or something, if you maybe have a chance to put that in the Discord, I would love to watch that because I also love stuff like that so much. And Shadow Colossus, I haven't actually played. I have watched some people play bits and pieces of it, so I don't feel like I'm not worried about spoilers for the game at all. Like, but I'm super interested. Yes, thank you so much. Blimp. A type of aircraft that floats... Oh, it's that person again. A type of aircraft that floats using the lift provided by an enormous envelope filled with lighter-than-air gas. This envelope, the balloon, is often used for corporate advertising. I haven't seen a blimp in ages. I feel like I've seen maybe 2 blimps in real life in my whole life. I cannot remember when. I can't even be sure that I actually saw it, if it's a memory or if it's a memory of like a show I saw or something. Oh my gosh, that's like kind of surreal to think about. I guess blimps used to be more popular? I mean, they were, but also, yeah, I don't know. No, the camera. The camera watched them both in uncaring silence. Oh, that. What about it? What do you mean, what about it? Those cameras have been installed all throughout Shibuya. They're taking in anything and everything, privacy be damned. A shocked pallor came to the man's face. Oh, really? He muttered uneasily to himself. I guess I should be careful next time I go picking stuff up. Hey, what are you talking about? Minorikawa asked. Oh, nothing, just stuff. Way to dodge the question entirely. Anyhow, I think there are some good things about the cameras too, the man said hurriedly. Oh, such as? Well, I mean, they must have helped catch some crooks, right? I think you're right about that. Oh, I am? The man looked shocked to have his own statement confirmed. Are you hiding something from me? Huh? No, nothing in particular. He shook his head vehemently. Nothing at all, really. Well, whatever, Minorikawa said. In any case, even if the cameras are helping in arresting criminals, there are some places where people just don't want to be watched. What? For instance, how would you like it if someone set up a security camera inside your home? What do you mean? I mean, a burglar might try to get in your home. If you had a security camera, you could be alerted right away. Isn't that kind of an extreme argument? Nope. You're the one who's making it an extreme here. What? The man stared, bewildered. You're saying it's okay for folks to film people around town as much as they like, but not to take a look inside people's houses? I guess I am, the man mumbled. Norikawa shouted. You don't think too deeply about things, do you? He mocked. The man huffed in indignation. I don't see the problem, he said. I mean, it's normal enough opinion. To want to bring down crime but also protect privacy? Well, yeah, so if they're just gonna set up cameras around town, I'm okay with that. Norikawa grinned inwardly. You're being naive. Way too naive. Naive about what? By now, the man was getting worked up. Once you start letting people watch you some of the time, you'll eventually let them do it more and more. That's how the world works. A simple change in camera angle is all it'll take to steal the last traces of your privacy away. It's kind of funny coming from you. Doesn't four-star journal gossip get all its scuttlebutt by invading the privacy of others? Since when are you people concerned with personal privacy? Meaning what exactly? Norikawa asked. You know damn well what I mean. Have you no shame? Had nothing to be ashamed about, Minorikawa exclaimed. If some celebrity scandal breaks, I write it up in the form of a top-class, socially conscious expose. That's the Minorikawa seal of quality. Man rolled his eyes. Please, as if anyone's ever heard of that. Your everyday freelance reporter would say something about how security firms have no right to use cameras to disrupt personal privacy. But not me. Oh no, I'm the only guy who'd write a first-class piece on the subject. You wanna know why? Man's only response was a doubtful look. His privacy only exists for me to utterly demolish it. Norikawa finished with a prideful grin. That's nothing but journalistic arrogance, the man railed. Oh yeah? I'd rather have sticky surveillance cameras any day if the alternative is some weird gossip piece. This time, Minorikawa didn't have a handy retort. An awkward silence descended over the pair. Right, I see. Norikawa muttered to himself as he busily scribbled in his notepad. The man was visibly taken aback. Thank you for your cooperation, Minorikawa said at last. Ah, you gave me some good stuff. He held up a hand to forestall an angry retort. I realize I probably got you a bit riled up. You'll have to forgive me. Huh? The man peered him up at Minorikawa in disbelief. This is just my interview style. Sorry, I know it's a little unorthodox. Buddy, you're a weirdo, you know that? Straw Steel TTRPG, a monster called Algalotl. Algal? Really? Fish people. Axolotl fish people. Fish demons. Yes. What's Straw Steel about? Tell me more. I'm curious. Yeah, I hear that a lot, Minorikawa laughed. So can I go now? Sure, I'll quote you as Passerby A in my article. Sure, whatever, man muttered. He quickly sped off on his bicycle. Minorikawa now had some material for his surveillance camera piece. He wanted to organize what he'd managed to put together so far. He decided to head towards his next interview location, keeping an eye out for a cafe where he could stop to work on his copy. He used the map included in the project proposal to guide him. It was hard to read the words to make out the details, but it looked like Nokane Building, where the Burning Hammer demo was being held, was just down Center Guy. There was no indication of which floor the event would be held on, however. That made him a little anxious, but he'd probably be able to find someone to point him in the right direction once he got to the building. Heroic tactical RPG. What makes it heroic, specifically? Spotted a cafe up ahead. Oh, this is definitely the cafe. Coffee, please, he shouted as he strode inside. He slumped down in an open chair. Hopefully he'd been able to hole up in here till 1 o'clock working on his article. If he couldn't have it done by then, finishing the whole issue by the end of the day would be a tall order. He pulled a cigarette from his overcoat as he waited for his computer to boot up. Ah, yes, the days where you could just smoke inside. What? I cannot even imagine. Writing mode. The state of being in a mood to write some text. As Minoru Kawa goes about his job, he switches between writing mode, interview mode, food mode, and sleep mode. Do you even need more modes? That's pretty reasonable. When busy, he'll sometimes go into writing mode and food mode at the same time, sometimes even straying into sleep mode in the midst of food mode. When he's even busier, he'll eat and write mid-interview while nodding off. This is known as ultimate mode. Imagine a guy interviewing and he's eating. I mean, writing during an interview is expected. Like, I will just assume he's taking notes. He might not be, but I'll just assume. Punching people through walls? Oh, that's cool. He stuck the cigarette in his mouth and lit it up. Smoking is not cool, kids. With the first heavy draw of smoke, he felt his mind focus. The rough ideas for his article came to his head nearly fully formed. All he needed to do now was get it all written down. Finally, his laptop finished booting up. Took you long enough, pal, he muttered to the computer. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, laptops did not used to be instant. His hands leapt to the keyboard like a predator pouncing on his prey. In a matter of moments, he'd hit his stride. His fingers clicked away. One by one, lines of text filled up a screen. A waitress stepped up beside him. Excuse me, sir? Minorikawa was in writing mode. He didn't even hear it. Sir? Sir, I beg your pardon. Minorikawa was deaf to the waitress's attempts to get his attention. Sir, excuse me. The waitress smacked the table. Quiet! Minorikawa snapped. He slammed the table right back. Don't interrupt me while I'm working. Not if you know it's good for you. The waitress didn't so much as flinch. She leaned in aggressively, getting right in Minorikawa's face. Ikumi Omiya, employee at Kolabo Cafe. While appearing cute and demure at first glance, she's quite strong-willed and frightening when angry. She works nights at a place called The Scolding Pub, where customers rent private rooms in which they are scolded at length by attractive girls. One middle-aged businessman once told her, "Your face looks simply marvelous when you're angry." I regret reading that out loud. Sir, I hate to bother you, but I have to ask you to please refrain from smoking. Oh, good. Good. I like her. Yeah, I did not expect. To be fair, it's Japan, so I'm not super surprised. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, but still. No? This is a non-smoking establishment, sir. Smoking? Urikawa asked. The cigarette bobbed at his mouth as he spoke. The waitress pointed sharply to the sign on the wall. No smoking were spelled out clear as day. We ask that patrons please not smoke so the other customers can fully enjoy the aroma of their coffee. Yes, good. She could handle a Waffle House. She could absolutely handle a Waffle House. The woman sitting at the table next to made a face as she tried to fan the smoke away with her hands. Customers all around the shop were glaring at him. You guys don't know the first thing about the aroma of coffee, Minorikawa scoffed. The scent of coffee only truly comes to life amidst the choking stench of tobacco smoke. No. The waitress' only response was to jab her finger again, but this time she didn't point at the sign, she pointed to the door. Sir, if you're gonna smoke, please take it outside. I like her. Sometime later, sitting inside the cafe, Minorikawa lit up his third cigarette. At last, a safe refuge. It had taken some time to find a place that allowed smoking after he got kicked out of the first cafe. In recent years, many cafes and restaurants have phased out the concept of the smoking section in favor of prohibiting smoking across the board. This makes a place like La Tres especially important to smokers. There are large air vents in the ceiling to help keep the interior more agreeable for those who do not smoke. Oh no, it's never agreeable for anyone. If you're in a place where there are smokers, fans do nothing. Everything smells like smoke. Everything, everything, everything. Now he was in a rush to make up for lost time. His fingers flew over the keyboard at lightning speed. The more he wrote, the harder he focused. At this rate, he'd have the story wrapped up in no time. Today, you hear me? A voice intruded suddenly on his awareness. One of the other customers was shouting, "You're breaking up with that fellow today!" No! Minorikawa's fingers drifted to a halt. He looked around to see where the voice had come from. An older man, red in the face, was shouting at the young woman who sat across from him. "Please, Dad," the woman pleaded, "stop, you're making a scene." Father and daughter, then. It was rare nowadays to see a father behave so imperiously towards his own daughter. Yeah, it's awful. I had bingo with my mom and grandma yesterday, even though they were in a no smoking section. Oh, yep. Yep, had to throw my clothes right in the washing machine. There's still places with smoking and non-smoking sections? Yeah, no, like, it's... Absolutely. The smell gets into everything. Just how sheltered had he been trying to keep her? Minorikawa couldn't see her face from where he was sitting, but his interest was piqued. Should he move to another seat where he could take a look? Interrupting is bad, though. No, he had to finish the article. Besides, if this young lady looked anything like her father, he'd just as soon pass. What? Minorikawa went back to his typing. It took a few minutes to re-establish his writing groove, with the two still bickering across the room, but thankfully he soon regained his focus. What's that? A strange beeping sound broke Minorikawa out of his writing reverie. Upon looking up in confusion, he found his attention drawn to a young woman at another table. And then one of these, and one of these, and one of these. Oh, this, and this, and this, and this, and that, too. She finished with a broad grin. Let me just repeat your order back to you. 1 Japanese-style beef patty, 1 spicy fish roast spaghetti, 1 chicken casserole, 1 French onion soup, 1 fruit parfait, 1 chocolate parfait, and 1 deluxe chocolate parfait. Will that be all? The waitress anxiously awaited confirmation. The bingo place. I mean, still, I just didn't know there were places that was the thing. Did you have fun at bingo, though? I haven't played bingo since I was a kid, I think. Ryoko Kakinuma, a second-year student at Midoriyama Academy's law school. She was hassled by a pair of hustlers on her way to work and showed up 5 minutes late to her shift. The manager told her those 5 minutes were coming out of her pay, so she's a bit irritated right now. You forgot the large caramel shake. The customer was a full-figured young woman ensconced at a nearby table. Oh, my apologies. The waitress quickly jotted down the addition to the order. That'll do it for now, the young woman said. For now? Yikes. She's actually planning on ordering more after that? Marveling at this display of appetite, Minorikawa, I'm honestly marveling at the display of how much money she makes, apparently, to be able to afford that. You'd bingo once. Oh, man. How did you not win if you bingoed, though? If you bingoed... Now what? He heard the strange beeping sound again, subtly different than the first time. This time it was closer. Seriously, what the heck is that? I need to get to the bottom of this or I'll never be able to concentrate. Yes. Where the heck is that sound coming from? He searched his surroundings for a moment, quickly discovered the sound was coming from his own bag. He pulled out one of his most important tools of his trade, a bug detector. Instrument for finding listening devices. Since wireless listening devices emit radio signals, bug detectors are designed to use wide area receivers to reveal their presence. Using a detector to find something in this fashion is known as false hunting. Cool. It was on and it had picked up a signal. To a reporter, information was life. That meant owning a bug detector, a sensible precaution in his line of work. With the device in his hand, Minorikawa casually scanned the area. Eventually, he zeroed in on the signal. Everyone, your attention please. Someone set up a listening device in here. Oh, goodness. Kano, no. Several cafe patrons turned their head in disbelief. A woman wreathed in pungent perfume flashed him a disagreeable look. Oh, come on, that's ridiculous, she huffed. There's something fishy going on. The only thing fishy right now is you, the woman declared disdainfully. Why don't you get out of here and let everyone else enjoy their meals? Nope, I smell a scoop. You, what? You, what's your name? None of your business, that's what. Now hurry up and stop that awful noise. The other customers were starting to murmur loudly. There's a listening device here, folks, Minorikawa said. How can that not bother you? Do you know what it could be? Excuse me, the woman called out. Could someone please do something about this man? A waitress hurried over. Sir, please, you're bothering our other customers. There's a listening device in here. That's what people should be bothered by right now. It's so Phoenix Reedy. The amount of things you wouldn't pay attention to. Interrupts, this sounds fun. Sir, this is a Wendy's, right? Like, who knows what kind of person is undercover? Like, are you literally just gonna like point out to like, this person is maybe an undercover cop or a mobster? What a great idea. Minorikawa has quickly become my least favorite character, but very entertaining. I don't mind one way or the other. They were made when I almost won 500, just needed one number, then win another 7-8 balls before someone else won. Whew. Thought you deserved it. Ah, it's true, right? Like, bingo is 100% random. I feel like the fun of it is really just hanging out with people and the excitement of the maybe. Do mobsters use drones yet? I feel like they do. They must, right? The waitress took a reflexive step backwards at the words listening device. You're the one who's intruding on... Oh, it's the wife. Honestly, could you please stop that racket? It's not me making the racket, it's the bug tracker. Just who the hell do you think you are? Police! Somebody call the police! Ma'am, please calm down, the waitress said. There are other customers here, and I'll come down once you get this disrespectful boor out of here. All I'm doing is sharing the truth. You can't kick me out for that. The waitress wavered, clearly intimidated by both of them. You sure got a lot of nerve, the woman snapped at Minorikawa. Go play detective someplace else. Not a detective, I'm a reporter. Really now? By far my least favorite profession. Oh, and why is that? Did someone write a story about you, lady? Got skeletons in your closet? You shut your mouth. How dare you? Yeah, I smell a scoop here, all right, and the smell is coming from you. Stop it with your scoop nonsense already. No use trying to hide things from me. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, I do. Go to hell after you. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. They shouted over each other. There's words blurred together until they were barely words anymore. The onlookers could only hear indistinct, meaningless raving. Was it me? I don't remember talking about that, but it does make perfect sense. It's interesting, right? Kick everyone out. Kick everyone out. Still, the yelling went on and on and on. Eventually, there came the sound of approaching sirens. But even when a police cruiser pulled up outside the cafe, the two didn't slow their bickering. This looks like a bad end. Yeah. Lost his cool. Okay, maybe worrying about weird noises can wait. We should finish the article. Yeah, we can do that. Oh, I know. Oh, the police. Oh, I remember that. Yes, the police trying to catch the drones from the sky. Yes, I remember. No, the timeline. Never mind, I need to focus on the article. Narco immersed himself in writing again. For long, he stopped worrying about the curious sound. Damn, girl. The plump young woman set about devouring all the food she'd ordered, despite the strange look she was getting. Again, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that she's able to afford all of that while eating out. Now that was an appetite to be reckoned with. It took her under three minutes. Girl, what? Then, looking not the least bit sated, she picked the menu right back up. Was she seriously going to order more? Norikawa was starting to take an interest in this young lady. There might be a story here. He conjured up a series of headlines in his mind. Woman inhales 30,000 calories in 3 minutes. This is the equivalent of 100 pieces of shortcake, 300 glasses of milk, or enough steak and rice to feed about 30 people. No, he did something with more punch. Food for thought, an expose on obesity. No, that's no good. He wasn't writing for a fashion mag here. A gourmet day in Shibuya. That was it. He'd be able to whip something up if he went with a foodie angle. Yes, actually, that's the angle. Like, she knows what's good, clearly. Use drones to deliver Pokemon cards? Yes. Yes. All for the Poke grind. Right? Like, I would cheer her on too, honestly. I would be like, girl, how? Girl, what's the... I just like, girl, what's the best thing on the menu? It's pretty impressive, he said to the hungry diner. Do you always eat that much? The woman glared back at him. Not always, she said. Suddenly, tension filled the air. Oops, is that too blunt of me? I mean, she is a young lady after all. Maybe I should change up my approach. Who the heck are you, anyway? The woman asked. I'm a freelance writer. I was hoping I could do an interview with you real quick. You want to interview me? Suspicion was plain on her face. I do. I mean, girls all over the world worry about their diets, right? I hear that, yeah. Would you be willing to share your secret or your technique for how to eat without getting fat? What? Me? Sure. I mean, look at that figure you're maintaining despite eating all this food. The young woman's expression brightened up. Oh, you noticed there's actually a lot that goes into all this, yeah? The basic thing, though, is to eat 10 meals a day. Minorikawa struggled to keep his jaw from dropping. 10 meals. She flashed him a chubby-cheeked grin. You don't know how diets work, do ya? Eating 1 or 2 meals a day, that's what'll make you fat. You gotta space out your food into smaller portions throughout the day. That's the fundamentals of dieting right there. Wait, but what happened to the smaller portions part? Minorikawa had to bite his tongue. I see, he said. Any other pro-dieting tips you could share? Well, for the basics, I'd say always drink protein instead of tea, yeah? Drink protein all day? Seriously? Once again, took all of Minorikawa's willpower to... Right? Like, keep his thoughts to himself. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's this stuff called Burning Hammer, too, but she trailed off with a little wince. Wait. Minorikawa perked up. Did you say Burning Hammer? Oh, you know it. I've heard of it anyway, Minorikawa replied. He decided he was better off keeping his plans and had the sales demo secret. There's a sales demo going later on if you're interested, the woman said as if she were reading his thoughts. Though, full disclosure, I am working for them right now. She handed Minorikawa an advertising pamphlet. There's a more detailed map for the venue included. What a stroke of luck! Now he didn't have to rely on crummy map in the project proposal anymore. He'd have no trouble finding the venue with the building's various floors all broken down for him. And actually, I gotta get back to work, the woman said. Sure, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna hang back and finish up my copy. The woman left the cafe, Minorikawa went back to his laptop. It's just meth and tapeworms. That does work. But at many meth worms. Listen, you get, all right, so here's what you do. You get the tapeworms addicted to meth. I don't have anything else after that. Just hear me out. Oh, God. No, all of it's a terrible idea. And exactly. Question mark? Profit. It's 90% of the time. No, 50% of the time it works every time. 90% of the time it works 50% of the time. He'd gotten some new info on the Burning Hammer sales demo, but he'd also lost more time. The surveillance camera piece still wasn't finished. It was going to be a near thing to get it done before the sales demo started. Yet, instead of returning to his writing, he got out his cell phone. What if Toriyama had got another one of his crazy ideas? He tried to hang himself again, thought Minorikawa. Had Minorikawa too worried to work on his copy. I find this idea pretty mediocre, even a bit meh. Phone rang several times before someone picked up. Mr. Toyama, where are you right now? Minorikawa asked. Right now? I'm on the run, somewhere near Shoto. An upscale residential district. Despite being smack dab in the middle of the city, it's a quiet neighborhood rife with greenery. The residence of the former governor of Tokyo is here, built on a massive 2,200 square meter plot of land. There's a shady hotel district with a short walk to the south, making for quite the juxtaposition. Toyama was speaking in an oddly hushed tone. Shoto? After you left the office, some guys came by to collect on my debt, so I made a run for it. Okay, so he wasn't dead, but the situation was still pretty bad. Look, we'll get you through this somehow, Minorikawa said, hoping it was true. Just keep your head down and stay out of trouble. Stay where you are now. I don't know, maybe he needs to go back to the office. He can get back to the office ASAP. The office, but they'll find me there for sure. Toyama's voice was a little more than pathetic whimper. It's a little bit of reverse psychology. The last place the debt collectors are going to think you went is back to the office, right? I see. He sounded impressed by the suggestion. For now, just stay hidden until I get these articles finished. All right, Toyama said weakly. He hung up. Minorikawa let out a deep sigh, then turned back to his laptop. We'll see if that was the right move. Yeah. Did he change anything? Just the crooks wander around, blah, 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 yes. He's bleeding pretty bad, he heard someone say behind him. Whoa. Rin saw two young men carrying another along. There was a towel wrapped tightly around the third's head. Hey, what happened? Kano asked. Shut your mouth, Kano blanched. Can the attitude, he's trying to help, another voice cut in. It was Sasayama. Had he finished dealing with the girl by the station then? What happened to your friends? Out of my way, man. I ain't afraid to kick your ass. Look, cut the crap and let me take a quick look. Sasayama unwrapped the towel from this young man's head. Ooh, that's nasty. The young guy was a little more than a kid. His head was soaked red with blood. He appeared to be unconscious. They couldn't just leave him like this, but they're in the middle of the job. They should probably call juvenile affairs. A hospital. The hospital. Are you kidding me? They should probably take him to a hospital. Kano offered to help carry the bloody young man, but Sasayama stepped in front of him. He quickly flashed the two youths his badge. Oh crap, you a cop? Sasayama nodded. Who you kids with? The Bamfs? Shibuya's number 2 gang. Its leader, Sohei Ikari, has gathered up some big mean dudes in an attempt to make Shibuya his turf. The gang's leadership is inferior to that of SOS, but on an individual level, its members tend to be stronger in a fight. Word is that the rise of the Bamfs is one of the reasons SOS has been growing more combative recently. SOS? SOS, admitted one of the young men after some hesitation. Who attacked you? Yo, it ain't like that. What was it like, then? Infighting? The young man was silent. Sasayama must have been right on the mark. In the course of his police duties, Kano picked up a fair amount of street gossip from the young people in Shibuya. Lately, the scuttlebutt around the legendary SOS gang was that they were dealing with some internal strife. Talk of people afraid to go to hospitals because it's too costly versus hospitals are overcrowded and people go with unimportant because it's free. Is different, but like, still, no, the hospital, if your head is bleeding, pretty sure you get seen pretty quickly. Look, don't worry about it. I get it. There's a hospital just down the way. Hurry up and get him there. The young man battered off Sasayama's offered hand, then quickly hauled his friend away. Sounds like SOS is on the verge of breaking up with all this infighting, huh? Kano asked. He kept his eyes on the young man as they headed off. Yep, seems like it's been pretty rough. You know, what with the original leader leaving and all. Detectives in juvenile affairs were well acquainted with SOS's original leader. That would be Achi Endo, as we all know. Originally, it was nothing more than a small group of like-minded young people who hung out together, but as the membership grew, the general public began referring to the group as a gang. Word had it that back when Achi was in charge, gang members never started any conflicts themselves, but simply responded in kind when others brought fights their way. head was bleeding. Went home. Get out of school early. But why home? Wouldn't you also go to doctor to make sure that everything's okay? But also, I guess if you weren't unconscious, that's a little different. There were tales of them taking down gangs who sold drugs to kids or breaking into Yakuza front offices to save their friends. The detectives with juvenile affairs took these stories with a grain of salt, but if there really were young people out there like that, Kano hoped to meet them someday. Little did you know, Kano. Little did you know. The detectives had to hurry up to catch up with the man they were tailing. He was still strolling along, seemingly in no particular hurry. They kept him in sight as he crossed another pedestrian overpass and circled back around. Still following the same MO, huh? Sasayama grumbled. Guess so, Kano said. How'd things go with the girl? He was careful not to take his eyes off the mark as they talked. He managed to calm her down and get her on a train. She was going on and on about how she wanted to go someplace far, far away, but whatever, it's all good now. I'm kind of bad about that whole thing, Kano said. Well, it's just not pertinent to the case anyhow. Guess it's past dogging this guy. Sasayama nodded towards the suspect, looking none too pleased. So, Sasayama, teacher told you to go home, you went home? Oh. What? Yeah, that's generally like, you know, parents call the parents, right? I'm thinking the attaché case is going to get handed off again any moment now. Sasayama appeared at the mark, who was scanning the plaza he just entered, apparently looking for someone. I take one side, you take the other? Kano suggested. Sasayama's eyes went wide. Say what now? That way, we apprehend both perps involved with the handoff. Sasayama didn't reply. Look, HQ isn't thinking about the hostage's safety, but that needs to take priority here. Sasayama's face took on a rare solemnity. Disobeying a direct order is not something to do lightly. Detective's behavior is governed by the Local Police Public Service Act. Article 32 states that a detective is to faithfully follow orders of a superior in the course of his duties. Violating this is punishable by a warning, reduction in pay, suspension from duty, or dismissal. In the event of a warning, not only is the individual expected to submit a formal letter of apology, but pay raises may be delayed or performance bonuses cut. Then, after a moment, he added, I'm on board. I'm sick of all this wandering around anyways. That's a Sasayama I know, Kano replied with a chuckle. Sasayama gave him a silent thumbs up. Well, PE, we played soccer. Oh, yep. Busting my head and nose in second or third grade and bleeding. Ooh, yeah. I thought he'd get in trouble, so he hit at the playground with blood all over. Oh, no, that's like such a kid thing to do. Cause like, you don't, you feel like you're gonna get in trouble cause like, you know, whenever you get hurt or whatever, something bad happens, like parents get worried, etc. And you're like, oh no, I did something wrong. But like, kids cannot understand the priority of like, help kid, it's okay. Kano called up Sasayama on his cell phone. You ready? Yes, just give the word. There were only two non-Japanese people in a nearby crowd. Both were eyeing their surroundings anxiously. Kano was certain the handoff was about to take place. And then, well, if it isn't Mr. Toyama. Kano's ear perked up at the sound of an aggressive greeting, his voice dripping with feigned cheer. He whirled around to see the two rough-looking young men confronting a father and his daughter. The older man looked pained. Please, just hold on, he said placatingly. I thought we agreed on 4 o'clock. The young man snarled. Don't you try and play dumb with us, buddy. It's nothing like that, I swear. My girl was just hungry, so I just stepped out to... Yeah? How come you didn't just order delivery then? Ah, yes, right. I suppose that would work too. Don't you me, man. Kano watched the argument uneasily. The stranger's altercation put him in a bit of a spot. The crook he was tailing probably wouldn't risk handing off the case with an uproar like this going on. What's going on over there? Sasayama asked. Not sure, Kano replied. Looks like some kind of an argument. Suspects are gonna get wary on us. I screwed the whole handoff. I know. Do something about it, get over here, Sasayama said. What? Find some way to shut them up and get over here. Oh, sure, alright. Kano headed towards the argument. He was only halfway there when Sasayama called again. He sounded panicked. Hey, Kano. We had a run for it. Huh? Oh, crap. The man they'd been tailing had vanished in the brief time that Kano had taken his eyes off him. Wait up, Kano shouted. Sasayama was racing after the suspect, and Kano rushed to join him. The man was surprisingly quick, however, and neither detective managed to catch up. In fact, they lost sight of him amidst the teeming crowds. Frantically, they dashed through the streets as fast and as hard as they could. We lost him, Sasayama admitted at last. Damn it! He stamped his foot on the asphalt in disgust. Director Kuze? Kano gasped over the wireless. I'm sorry, but we lost the man with the attaché case. There was a heavy sigh on the other end of the line. Kano braced himself. He wasn't going to be able to weasel out of this one with a "I'll do better next time." Sasayama, Kano, get your asses back to the precinct. Kuze out. That Kuze switched off the line. Back to the precinct? Kano knew full well what that meant. They were off the case. There was a gnawing in his gut. Those two punks hadn't showed up, no. If that father and his daughter hadn't turned up, he might have been able to apprehend the suspect. Ah. Aw, don't let it get you down, Sasayama said. Dang it. Yes, kids do have trouble. They can't tell that it's being worried for and worried at. Yes, absolutely true. Let's play tackling American football. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, to be fair, it's also US is very much gonna be like this as well, where they're also super, super concerned about potential injuries and suing parents and angry parents and all that. The air of the two men heading to an execution, Kano and Sasayama trudged back towards Shibuya precinct. Yeah, bad end, I get it. I'll go back to the other thing and tell him not to do the thing. Yes, I know, I cannot press the button to go to the timeline. Advice for Toyama, we just swap this one. Keep your head down and stay out of trouble. Stay where you are now. Stay where I am, but what am I supposed to do? Toyama's voice dropped in and out. Sounded like he was moving quickly. Find some place to hide and just lay low for a while. All right, Toyama said weakly. Let out a deep sigh, then turned back to his laptop. Back to Kano. Poor Kano. He has, I think, the most bad ends. The two detectives took up position on opposite sides of the plaza. Kano called up Sasayama on his cell phone. You ready? Just give the word. There were only two, blah, 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 blah. And then, well, what? But I told him to go back to the... But he... Okay. I'm even more confused. I have to look at the hint, I guess, because I literally tried to... Ooh, pre-war Japanese detective stories. Yeah, actually, this is really awesome for that, I would definitely say, for, like, just detectiving in general. Yeah, I literally told him to be in a different place, but it didn't do anything. I want to go to the end and read the hint. I should have just read it before. If I hadn't read it before, I would have just pressed the button to leave. By horror, disease, all the scientific stuff. Well, yeah, it makes perfect sense. it's really, really, really interesting how media reflects culture. Like I love reading about it, love thinking about it. Gotta read a hint. Gotta read a hint. That father-daughter duo wouldn't have shown up. A certain someone needs to give those two some better advice. Okay, and a certain other needs to meet them outside his or her house. Okay. Okay. Is there going to be a secret third option then? Because, like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I feel like... Where are we with Hachi? To be no, actually we got to the end. So I guess it's just Osawa, who we have not touched his story at all. Ooh. I feel like I need to save some of these stories too, but I have no idea when I would have to read sort of thing. Ooh, Hardy Boys and stuff. I remember Hardy Boys. I only read a couple of it, but you know, because this is for boys, and mostly people were trying to, like, adults were trying to get me to read, like, Babysitter's Club and stuff, which, to be fair, was also a legit series, but, like, very different. Very, very different. The rain won't let up. No matter how much time passes, it just won't stop. Ever since that day, the sound of raindrops has been burned into my mind. Such an awful, heart-rending sound, driving me to strip my life down to shadows. And yet, no matter what else I abandon, nothing will make the sound of the rain stop. Osawa stared at a postcard that was nestled into the final page of a photo album. He'd purchased it 2 years earlier while on a trip with Maria to the Middle East. Originally used to indicate Iran, Afghanistan, and the regions surrounding them, in modern times the term refers to the part of the southwestern Asia, excluding India and Afghanistan, and the section of northeastern Africa along the Mediterranean coast. However, in Japan, as well as the US, the term Middle East is often understood to refer specifically to those parts of the region with a strong Islamic influence. That is true, actually. He'd mentioned that he was being sent there on business, and Maria had just blurted out, "I want to go with you." She'd recently developed an interest in the Middle East conflict, and apparently she'd been yearning to see the area firsthand. The ongoing friction in the Palestine region between the Jewish people who founded the nation of Israel and the Arabs who'd been living there previously. The religious and historical context of this cultural clash is well beyond the scope of what can be elucidated here. True, and considering how that is still a thing. That is forever, apparently. Adventures, yes. Run away from home and adventure. 220,000 leagues under the sea. Hatchet. Oh, I remember Hatchet. My Side of the Mountain. I feel like I had to read Hatchet for school, actually. I don't remember it, like, the story, but, like, there's something fuzzy there. 100% run away from corporate life and have an adventuring party. Yo. Like, I loved escapism so much back then, too. I loved, honestly, my favorite series, when I was really young, my favorite series was Animorphs. Because of course it was. Animorphs is still awesome, actually, just saying. But, like, I always loved, like, superpowers and stuff. And, yeah, for the most part, all of these stories with, like, kids doing stuff, like, the parents basically, like, aren't part of the story almost ever. And it's really interesting when you think about it, because, like, nowadays, hands-off parenting is seen as generally a bad idea. And I think it kind of always was. But I don't know. It's really hard to understand. Like, everything in society and culture has changed so quickly with how, like, we treat parenting that, like, I had no idea. You thought Animorphs was horrifying. Really? Interesting. I mean, to me, I was just like, I mean, it's crazy, it's insane, and there's a lot of scary stuff that does happen, but it never scared me. I don't know, because, like, the people turned into animals, and that was pretty cool. Also, they were friends and did cool friend stuff. Ah. Wait, what? Summary? What button did I push? The daughter's newfound curiosity had taken him aback. She'd always tended to be quiet and self-contained. I'm really interested. What is this? Oh, this summary thing is really nice, actually. Clumsy conversations aboard the plane, the meals eaten together in awkward silence. It felt like such a distant memory to Osawa now. Summary was rather abrupt and quiet. Yes, quite. Ma'am, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. He heard Kajiwara's voice outside the door. Why ever not? Just going out for a bit. The detective was arguing with I. Great. And just who was it who told me I should try to go about my life as normal? Osawa's wife sneered. Ma'am, please, how would you feel about being told to just sit around and wait? Ai's angry shriek jerked Osawa to his feet. He hurried from the study to try to calm her down. Ma'am, please wait. Why does it look... What is with those pants? It looks like a trash bag. Those slippers look super comfy, though. By the time Osawa had made his way downstairs, his wife had already stormed outside, despite Kajiwara's attempts to stop her. Osawa doubted anything he could have said would have stopped Ai from leaving. They do not look silk. They do not look silk at all. They're too crinkly to be silk. Trying to physically keep her from going out would have made her own even worse uproar. He was glad that at least he didn't come to that. He was turning to head back to the study when Kajiwara caught his eye. Flyman Hailtaku. Osawa doubted anything he could have said would have stopped Ai from leaving. Blah, 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 blah. He resigned, he headed down the stairs and bowed to the detective. Any idea where she's going? Kajiwara asked. I mean, at a time like this? Osawa shook his head. I wouldn't know. Didn't think so. You know, your wife really is something else. Osawa arched an eyebrow. That's one way to describe her. A rather rude way, as a matter of fact. Oh, no offense intended. It's just that ever since this case started, you've both been holed up in your own respective rooms. The more Kajiwara spoke, the more irritated Osawa became. What's your point? He demanded. I just mean, you haven't been having any, marital discourse. What, bro, what? Like, hey, just out of the blue, this detective guy, just so you know, I noticed y'all haven't been doing the hanky-panky. Like, are you for serious? According to one survey, in roughly 6% of households, discourse between spouses is largely non-existent. 6%? I feel like with all the talk of so I thought it would be more. Various reasons for this were offered by the couples in question. Many claimed that they were too tired to have the energy to talk, or stated, we wind up fighting when we talk, or we have nothing to talk about. Oh, discourse isn't talking. Mind your own business, Osawa snapped. Kajiwara dipped his head deferentially. The two of us not talking isn't a new thing anyhow, Osawa added. I have a policy of not having any pointless conversations. It's quite common for Kenji Osawa to make it through an entire day without having a single conversation. On many days, he opens his mouth only to eat or brush his teeth. His current record is a streak of 14 consecutive days during which he didn't talk to anyone. That's terrifying, my guy. That's bad. That's not how people should live. Captivating Flyman, a thrilling novel by Uno on the early Showa period. In this gripping tale, readers are transported to Osaka, where a wealthy man receives a chilling murder threat from an enigmatic figure known as the Flyman. As security measures tighten, the unimaginable happens. The wealthy man is found dead in seemingly impenetrable locked room. Yes. He says in a pointless conversation. He's absolutely having one right now. Adult diaper sales are outpacing baby diapers in Japan. Yes, babies would use a lot more, I would think. So that is a lot, but it doesn't surprise me because Japanese work culture does not even remotely allow for the time or space for people to even consider. Like, how would you care of baby at all in that kind of like environment? Like, literally there's a thing where like they do have maternity leave, but like women have to wait their turn to actually be allowed to go on maternity leave. It doesn't matter about their own desires or plans or whatever. No. They have to wait for their turn at work to go on leave because, you know, they won't actually, like, the company won't actually like cover properly for the lady when she's gone. They'll just like expect everyone else to pick up for it. Yeah, no, it's true. They are trying to take notice and measures. They are trying, but like the problem is that like when the culture is so deeply enrooted and when you keep focusing on so much on economic growth, basically capitalism, the pure cancer that it is, and the constant force of growth, and money always have to go up and prices always have to go up, mean that like, yeah, when women entered the workforce, that was going to have an effect when women also had to, because prices were going up and it was insane for everyone, but also that like it just sort of shows like how were fathers supposed to be fathers, and a lot of them weren't, because like I've seen a ton of anime and I feel like I've seen a father figure be present in a character's life like 2, maybe 3 times. Like, that's it. Like, basically, the parents are more or less never there, especially never fathers, because they're basically forced to work from morning until super late and just in mandatory, like, drinking with the boss, etc., etc. Like, how? Piccolo is dad to go, right? Like, Goku is not a good dad. And he doesn't have a job. He just fights people. Like, and the thing is, if women want to be ambitious and career people and stuff, which, yeah, like, that's a completely normal and valid choice because, surprise, women are people too. And when, like, that's just how jobs are. Yeah, like, surprise. No, Goku never really got. The good thing Bulma is like extremely rich. I imagine like Chi-Chi never needs to worry about anything. Like Bulma got her covered. Bulma could cover like everything ever, forever. She's got like all the monies. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to think about stuff like that. You do not have to worry about it. But yeah. Who knows? Eventually, there will be consequences for our actions as a species, but who's gonna feel those consequences? When will the rich feel those consequences? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. They're the most insulated from it for the longest period of time. Didn't look as though Kajiwara quite understood. Microorganisms such as viruses don't have conversations, and yet they still continually propagate in order to survive. Thinking about viruses, Osawa was back in familiar territory. He felt a surge of confidence. Once you have a clear purpose, conversation is unnecessary. And do you have a clear purpose for the relationship with your wife, Mr. Osawa? Of course I do. To be a family. Conversation is unnecessary in being a family. Families don't have conversations. Arms crossed, Kajiwara struck a thoughtful pose. At least I've learned one useful thing today, Mr. Osawa, namely that you don't like to have pointless conversations. It's a good thing to know. Kajiwara uncrossed his arms for a moment, then crossed them right back again, furrowing his brow. But see, that's funny. You seem to have a tendency to have pointless conversations with me, and because you keep coming to talk to me. Osawa saw red. You don't leave me much of a choice. Be shuttled off the world, the pores are ruined. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing out there for them to go to. Like, yeah, there's... honestly, if all the rich people tried to escape to space, cool. That's only gonna end terribly for them. Like, literally, there are so many horror movies about that. Nothing, absolutely nothing good will come from that. But hey, when you're surrounded by yes men at all times, you do become a bit delusional. Oh, yes. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Alcohol. We know that is dripping, absolutely dripping with the sarcasm. Oh, boy. Yeah, Chi-Chi's dad was rich? I mean, he was, like, in charge of some village, I think. Oh my gosh, do not remember him being rich, but still. I have not seen all of the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z's. I saw like almost all of Super, I think, but that's just because they've finally actually had access to the ability to watch episodes in a row around the time that was a thing. Tanaka poked his head out of the living room. Something the matter? He asked. No. Osawa struggled to regain his calm. Perfect timing, actually. There's something I need to talk to you about. I love how all of these characters are facing us. Also that, like, there's just this place with these 3 exact same looking doors in a row. Like, that's a kind of crazy house. Turned back to Kajiwara. My apologies, detective, but would you mind giving us some privacy? Kajiwara didn't move. Detective? Osawa gave the policeman a hard look and saw him crack a smile. Yes, what is it? Kajiwara said at last. Don't you play dumb with me. Give us some privacy. Is this a discussion I shouldn't overhear? Actually, yes, it's work-related. For business matters, I prefer to keep confidential. I see. Reluctantly getting to his feet, Kajiwara slipped away into the living room. Tanaka, Osawa began. About these emails, he stopped abruptly. Kajiwara had reappeared in the living room door, staring right at them. What are you doing? Osawa demanded. Oh, should I not be watching? Osawa felt like he was about to burst a blood vessel. I mean, you never told me I couldn't watch. Because it should be obvious. The detective made a scolded puppy face and closed the living room door. Osawa let out a heavy sigh. He'd never been an extrovert, but he didn't recall human interaction being quite this draining. Anyway, sir, Tanaka prompted. You were saying? Yes, about those emails. Something doesn't make sense. I don't understand how Mr. Makino was able to get that antiviral agent to anyone on the outside. Sharing an Okoshi Pharmaceuticals drug with external sources while it was still under development required the approval of an executive committee that included Osawa himself. There should have been no way the antiviral could be sent out without his knowledge. Tanaka hesitated a few moments before responding. Are you aware of the strife between the company president and the chairman? Osawa shook his head. He was a researcher through and through. Factional rivalries held no interest for him whatsoever. Makino effectively leads the chairman's team, and the antiviral agent is their pet project. Oh, goodbye, Kira! Have a great rest of your day! Good luck with the stuff you need to do. Despite being... Makino still needs the president's approval to... You know what? Forget about that right now. What do we do about security? In theory, it was physically impossible to get the antiviral out of the lab without detection. Entry to the biohazard laboratory where it was kept required fingerprint authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka. It's not actually the best kind of, like, listen, so fingerprints are a great username and a terrible password. Technology, blah, 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 blah. It's, yeah, there are devices that can identify people by checking the veins in the palm of their hands or irises of the eye. Every phone does this nowadays. Without the two of them there, nobody could even get into the storage facility. Because a dangerous virus is also stored there, the lab where the antiviral is kept is protected by an ID checkpoint. As well as a sophisticated 3-tier lock system that requires fingerprint authentication. Multiple security guards are also posted outside the laboratory entrance 24 hours a day, making it all but impossible for even an unauthorized person to get into the secured area. 2XKO cinematic trailer. Ooh. Should take a look at that later. Also, hi Gold. How you doing? Tanaka followed his drift. Yes, I see. He inclined his head in thought as Osawa continued. Someone had overwritten the fingerprint authentication. No. Let's check the entry logs for the storage section. Anyone who wanted to get inside had to present their ID card to the security guard on duty. It should be possible to check the computer logs to see if there had been any suspicious activity in the system. Tanaka shook his head. Already checked the logs, sir. There was no evidence of anything suspicious. You're welcome to check for yourself, though, if you're that worried. No, I believe you. Yet the fact was that the antiviral had been used for clinical testing. Either Makino had taken it from laboratory personally, or someone working on his orders had done so. How? Is there really some way they could have bypassed lab security without anyone else knowing? Osawa couldn't think how it would be possible. The living room door opened with a soft creak. It was Kajiwara. He looked stiff and pale. Something terrible has happened, he said. Visions of tragedy flooded Osawa's mind. Maria, is she... Kajiwara shook his head. No, it's not that. What is it then? His voice trembling. Sir? I need you to stay calm. Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. You see, the toilet's clogged. My guy. Animations. Plunger in hand, Osawa. Yo, they making him do it? Osawa stabbed vigorously at the recalcitrant toilet bowl, struggling to loosen the unseen blockage. A plunger? Cleaning utility implement consisting of a soft hemispherical rubber suction cup attached to the end of a dowel. By pressing the cup over the opening of a drain that has been clogged, one can apply suction pressure to jostle the blockage free. Makes a variety of sounds when used, such as glub, glork, schluck, schlurp, schloop, and pop. Sorry, that got me. Oh, man. Okay. The Half-Life 2 swamp noises now. Hajiwara was at his side, wiping up the floor with a rag. How did this even happen? The detective groaned. Are you kidding? I was hoping you could tell me that. The plunger sucked and schlorped at the porcelain basin. This was a first for Osawa. He'd never tried to unclog a toilet before in his life. Think of it as a blessing in disguise, Mr. Osawa. What the hell are you talking about? What this constitutes as a blessing? I just meant that at least it's happened before you needed to, do your business. Without the slightest hint of guile on his face, Kajiwara picked up his bucket and headed for the sink back in the washing area. Bruh. Grumbling to himself, Osawa pumped the plunger over and over again. This was almost funny. Almost ridiculous, in fact. His daughter had been kidnapped, and he was stuck unclogging a toilet. He was quite possibly caught up in a major corporate conspiracy, and here he was unclogging a toilet. Tanaka poked his head down into the bathroom. Did you fix it yet? If you need to urinate, use the restroom on the second floor. That's all right. Here's mine. Tanaka stepped in beside him and promptly shut the bathroom door. Hello. All right. Now the two men were crammed together in the narrow lavatory. Hey, Osawa hissed. What the hell are you doing? Tanaka made eye contact with Osawa via the mirror. He spoke in a hushed voice. I've been waiting for a moment I've been waiting for a moment I could get you alone. What? Tanaka sidled around to face him, giving an intense stare. Sir, could you please be quiet for a moment? Tanaka had tears in the corner of his eyes. This'll only take a moment. Osawa could feel the warm breath of his deputy whispering against his cheek. Tanaka reached for something inside his coat. Okay. We got 3 options. Hold on, I'm gonna get extra comfy in the seat for this one. Oh man. All right, we got 3 options. Option A. Hey, come on, knock it off. Osawa lifted the plunger like a weapon. Look, if you want to talk, we can do it out there. Osawa shoved Tanaka out of the bathroom. C. All right, do as you wish, and closed his eyes. We're going with the last one. We're going with, I gotta know. I gotta know where this goes. Listen. We can be the real winners of Gay Chicken. All right, do as you wish. Osawa closed his eyes. Are you sure you're ready for this? I'm not sure. This is all happening pretty fast. To be honest, I'm rather nervous. I understand, sir. I mean, now that I think of it, we do spend day in, day out in that lab together. I suppose this was bound to happen sooner or later. Sir, could you please open your eyes? I'd like you to look at this. You'll have to forgive me. This is all a bit sudden. Please, sir, take a look. No, I can't. It's just the 2 of us. It's probably going to shock you, I know, but please, just look. Is it really that shocking? Oh, yes. Very. Now, please, open your eyes. Okay. No, I can't. Sir, trust me. This isn't easy for me either. All right. Bracing himself, Osawa opened his eyes. Tanaka thrust out his cell phone. Here, take a look at this. Huh? Osawa blinked, bewildered, then refocused on the phone. He could never have anticipated what he saw on that LCD screen. We all have so many ideas of what could be on that screen right now. My heart's beating so fast right now, you guys. Keep out. Oh my god, of course. Of course it's keep out. Oh, we know what it's not. But man, the writing was perfect for all the things that it could be. Okay, we have a keep out, bad end, keep out, bad end. Okay, we have a jump here, so maybe that's the kicker. Slow down to ground his teeth in frustration. At the same time, Noriko was trying to grind his teeth while keeping it hello. Ground his teeth. Jump. Yeah, okay, we got the keep out open. I have no idea what that's going to happen now, so. Norikawa took a look at his wristwatch and gritted his teeth. Damn, is that late already? He needs to head to the sales demo. The surveillance camera for the article wasn't done yet. He'd just have to leave it where it was for now. Wristwatch. By the way, what sort of impression do you have of this wristwatch? Just respond with whatever happens to come to mind. Honestly, the sleeve is really, like, getting me the most. Only $2 on OnlyFans if you want more. Leaves the bathroom immediately afterwards. Sir, I'm going to need you to subscribe to my OnlyFans. Sir, please. I don't make enough at this company. I gotta make ends meet somehow. Oh, what do I think of this wristwatch? Automatic. Limited edition. 12 and 6. There's 28 on there for the seconds, I guess. It's just, I don't know, it's big and blocky and it just makes me think of the 70s to go with that outfit he's wearing. It's very 70s, I guess. It's kind of fun. You know, I would never wear anything like that. It definitely looks like it's been around for a while. You can see with the leather that it's been there. It's been well worn. Still. I don't know nothing about watches. I have a smartwatch, though. That's reason. As he was slipping his laptop back in his bag, his cell phone rang. He looked at the screen and saw Chiaki's name listed as the incoming caller. Was she done with her interviews? Absolutely not. Hurriedly, he picked up. Chiaki, how's it going? Several wet sniffles came through the receiver. Hey, are you crying? It's no use. Chiaki's voice was, indeed, punctuated by sobs. People won't stop to talk no matter how hard I try. Come on, this again, really? I can't do it. Don't worry about paying me. Just please let me go home. Norikawa was already operating on a too tight schedule. He didn't have time to worry about Chiaki on top of this. Look, just slow down and take a breath. Try to keep at it a little longer. You should have seen this coming when he first called her. Her shyness was practically pathological. But if he cut her loose now, all this frustration would be for nothing. But I can't do it, Chiaki whined again. Please, just forget you ever called me. She hung up before Minorikawa could get another word in. He tried calling her back, but she didn't pick up. Damn it, Chiaki, don't you dare bail on me. Leaving money for his coffee on the table, he jumped and bolted from the cafe. The plaza outside Shibuya Station was as crowded as ever. Minorikawa looked around, but there was no sign of Chiaki. She bailed. Minorikawa dropped to his knees in despair. Nah. Okay, we gotta tell her to not. Okay, there would be no one else to even ask. All right, then, fine. I'll do it myself. He dragged him back to his feet. All right, listen up. He shouted at the passing crowd. I'm doing street interviews here, starting now. You guys, shut up and help me. I mean, don't shut up, but help me. He wound up blowing way too much time just to get 2 pages worth of content, leaving himself unable to finish the other articles. In the end, the issue of 4-star general gossip never made it to the newsstands, and Heaven Publishing went down for the count. That end. Okay. Time to go back in time and fix that. What made her run off, though? Kano's story. Okay. It's a 12... What, the girl? Nope. Again. Knowledge of watches is this. It tells the time. Has numbers on it. Makes you look like a nerd. Oh, yes. I mean, actually, like, it depends, because there are some super expensive watches out there that are only for, like, super business people. She can't be involved in this case, can she? Sasayama flashed him a skeptical look. Don't let your preconceptions get the better of you. Could get you killed. Preconceptions, fixed notions one has about something before the facts are known, could be a hindrance to thinking freely. If you think about it too hard, you might fall victim to the preconception that preconceptions themselves are always bad. You know that, but still. She doesn't come across as involved to me. Kano knew better than to judge people based on appearance, but he was still convinced the girl wasn't part of the gang. She just struck him as far too, well, inept, really. Alright, I'll go look into the girl, Sasayama said. You keep following the attaché case. Kano nodded and hurried after the man. Alright, it's saved, so now I'm pretty sure I can go to... Whoop. Wait, that makes Kano's story completely different. Do I have to play the rest out now? Wristwatch. The screen saw Chiaki's name. Really, you picked up Chiaki. How's it going? Wet sniffles, you crying. It's no use. People won't stop to talk to me. Okay, no, it's still not working. Can't do it, I'm so sorry. Street interviews are typically look. Not many random passerby are willing to do things. Yeah, it's a fundamental skill for a reporter. Although he found her personally frustrating, he actually quite liked her writing. Reading her words, you'd never guess what she was like in person. If she could just break the right story, he was sure readers would be quite taken with her. There was no time like the present. The plaza outside Shibuya Station was as crowded as ever. Minorikawa looked around and soon spotted Chiaki. Hey, what are you doing? He asked. She was hunkered down in front of the statue of Hachiko, squatting in an odd position. A group of kindergartners was gathered nearby, peering at her with sadness in their eyes, like she was a stray dog or something. Those kids. Oh, man. A pair of girls from Midoriyama Academy's kindergarten. They always hang out around the train station after school. They're quite fond of killing time inside of the Tokyo 5000 series display car, the new landmark by the Hachiko entrance. The beat cop at the station's police box has nicknamed them the Kinder Partners. Cute. What's this all about? This is how I ended up when I lose all my self-confidence. I just want to hide. Oh, for crying out loud. Get up, will you? I don't wanna. Stop crying. Jackie sniffled and wiped tears away. Let me ask you this, Minorikawa stared down at her. What was it that made you want to be a freelance writer? I guess I wanted to try my hand at writing. A dangling bit of mucus bobbed in and out of Chiaki's left nostril. Blah, 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 blah. Gross. Okay, Minorikawa followed. And why is that? Well, I'm too embarrassed to say. Chiaki hid her face in her hands. Okay, never mind that then. Right now, you have a task that's been handed to you. You can't just say you can't do it. Minorikawa tried to keep his tone calm. No magazine in the world is going to let a novice writer just write about whatever they want. You have to prove yourself first. Get your fundamentals down. I already know all that. Norikawa took the notebook from Chiaki's hands. Hey, she squeaked. Wait, you've only talked to one person so far? There sure wasn't going to be a story in that. Yeah, well, not a person exactly. What's this here? A cat? No, I mean, yes, there was a person in a cat costume. We do know about this. We're going to take it. Ugh, what should I do? Where could the truck that took the burning hammer possibly have gone? I'm standing there racking my brain when I hear a voice call out from behind. Excuse me? Are you, happy with your life right now? I turned to see a woman holding a notebook. Huh? I mean, just... Sorry, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? I do not have the time for this right now. I'm more than a little busy. Oh, no, I mean, I understand if you can't... She's giving me this hyper-intensive stare. I can't tell if she's trying to be intimidating or if she's actually afraid of me. Casio calculator watch. Oh, yes. Listen, I remember. You're never going to have a calculator with you at all times. You got to learn how to do all this mental math. And then the calculator watch. And then everyone having smartphones. We all have calculators. This is the kind of game that have a bad end caused by eating a burrito that gives you to absolutely. We kind of had something like that earlier. So, something about her is definitely off. Like, way too jittery and suspicious for my liking. Whatever she wants, I'd rather not get involved. I'm actually pretty busy, I say. Oh, But just real quick, it'd be a huge help, please. But please, please. She bows so many times she looks like one of those drinking birds. Toy bird that functions as a mean of simple heat engine mechanism, causing it to continually dip its head into liquid, then rise back up. Sometimes falsely claimed to be a type of perpetual motion device. Once a common sight in offices the world over. I can't help but feel bad for this poor girl. Obviously, I guess I can give her a few moments of my time. Alright, but please make it quick. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. She goes back into drinking. Just, the mural is really nice. I like it a lot. It's a really fun backdrop for this too. So what's the question? Great. So are you happy with your life right now? No, right now, as you can see, I am a cat. Oh, a cat. Yes, I see a cat. So yeah, I'll put down cat. She writes the word cat in her notepad. Right, thank you. Huh? Are we finished already? Yes, we can finish right there. She hangs her head a little and looks away. Well, that sure was quick. Not sure I get what it's all about. Did I really give her enough to be useful? Doubt it, but hey, at least it was over fast. They head off in search of the burning hammer once more. No matter where I wander, though, I can't spot the truck anywhere. There's only 15 minutes before the demo's supposed to start. Better make my way back to the venue. Maybe Chidi had better luck in her search? No, I think Chidi went for food. Back at the break room, I'm met by Mr. Yanagashita, who positively radiates despair. Oh god. That was like a horror. Did you find it? I'm sorry, I tried. Yanagashita's shoulders slump further at my response. You heard from Chidi? I asked. No, nothing yet. I guess she's our last hope. All of a sudden, Mr. Yanagashita holds up a pendant. The situation's rough. I'd like you to wear this. It's a miracle stone, like the one I saw back at the storeroom earlier. That ought to kick up your luck a notch. Now I see that Yanagashita is wearing another miracle stone right around his own neck, using one bit of sham merchandise to help find another. Nice. This is the pinnacle of pitiful. That's what this is. Hurry up, put it on before the luck runs out. Mr. Yanagashita's eyes are all bloodshot. Something tells me that refusing his request right now wouldn't be wise. After a moment's hesitation, I take hold of the pendant. The stone is blue and glittery. Is that Chidi? Mr. Yanagashita squeaks. He whips out his phone. Ah, no, sorry, he mutters after listening for a moment. I think you have the wrong number. Guess it isn't Chidi after all. Okay. Chidi stays on the line. Huh? Really? His tone suddenly does a complete 180. Yes, please, thank you so much. As soon as he hangs up, Yanagashita strikes a victory pose. It's a miracle. Burning Hammer is back, baby. The recycling guy realized his mix-up and returned the boxes to the loading dock. Oh, for real? You girls did great, thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Never seen someone come so close to literally jumping for joy. I'm gonna go to the prep room. I'm gonna go prep the demo room. Tama, you go bring the burning hammer inside. With that, Mr. Yanagashita practically flies out of the room. Tama slowly getting a first one they cannot escape. Exactly. Oh no, we can never escape the catsuit. Everything is catsuit. No way. I remember to myself, this thing didn't actually work, did it? Examine the miracle stone more closely. Just looks like some kind of toy jewelry. I wish that I actually get paid my 20,000 yen. Hey, it's worth a shot. With the miracle stone still clutched in my hand, I hurry out to the loading dock, where the boxes are going to be all smashed. So I'll have to fix that too. Brace myself before actually stepping out the door. It's there! It's really there! The cardboard boxes are scattered all around outside. Wait, scattered all around? What happened to them? Suddenly I have a very bad feeling about this. Apprehension gnaws at me as I open up one of the boxes. No! I shriek and my vision dims. The box is full of bottles of burning hammer, all of them smashed to pieces. Well, we know where to fix that. Bad end. No. Or to be continued. Guess we'll see. Maybe it's fine somehow. Morikawa, let's continue. What's this here, a cat? No, I mean there's a person in a cat costume. I thought since I couldn't see their face, it'd be easier to ask them stuff. Fine, whatever. Now get back out there and get me some more. Morikawa Street. Look at those cute little kids pointing too. They're a part of things. I was steered Chiaki toward the passing crowd. What now? Yes, now. We've got no time to waste. Also, even stand by and watch for a minute. Now, enough of the excuses and get out there. Morikawa looked on as Chiaki wandered through the crowd. Her anxious demeanor seemed to repel everyone around her. On the rare chance she did manage to flag someone down, the way she stammered through her initial questions made them take right off again. After a minute or two, she shuffled her way back, shoulders slumped. See, it's hopeless. Okay, some advice. First off, you aren't approaching the right people. Some people are clearly in a rush, you know? You're not going to have much luck with trying to flag down a businessman who's clearly visibly in a hurry. Now, folks waiting on someone, couples, groups, they're going to be less on their guard. I mean, if I do manage to nab someone, how do I keep the conversation going? That was indeed the tricky part. Whenever I get an answer I'm not expecting, I get all flustered. Jackie, have you ever played tennis? Tennis? Well, yeah, I was in my school's tennis club. She struck Morikawa as being more the manga club type, but that was neither here nor there. Canonically smashed. Maybe. It could be canonical. We don't know. The to be continued is usually a good sign, but we'll have to see. What's more fun? Rallying with an opponent or hitting the ball off a wall? Rallying with someone else, of course. Morikawa gave a hearty nod. And why is that? Because when you hit the ball off a wall, you already know where it's going to come back to. Revelation dawned on Chiaki's face. Oh. It's the same with interviews. Don't get flustered. Enjoy the rally. But I don't think I'm composed enough to enjoy it. Don't overthink things. Just let yourself enjoy the small talk. Small talk? Oh, I'm sure I'm not good at that. She was starting to waffle again. All right, let me ask you this, Morikawa said. Are you happy with your life right now? I'm not happy with my life right now, no, Chiaki muttered. She hung her head in dismay. Okay, so start with that. Huh? Chiaki blinked a few times as she lifted her head back up. I'm not happy with my life right now, but what about you? Like that. Oh, okay. A sliver of liveliness crept back into Chiaki's voice. Morikawa jabbed his finger right in her face. Right there. Put on that face when you flag people down. Chiaki smiled, winded. I'll give it a shot. Thank you so much. Sure thing. Good luck. Chiaki strode enthusiastically into the crowd and tried to flag down a Westerner who was walking hurriedly past. Did she even listen to a word I said? Morikawa felt his short-lived triumph melt away. Am I just going to have to teach her everything again from scratch? Then he paused in surprise. Hold on. Okay, good. Chiaki had snatched the man by the arm in an attempt to get him to stop. To Morikawa's amazement, the gambit worked. Before long, it looked like the two were engaged in some kind of animated conversation. Maybe she would get an interview out of this after all. The look on her face was actually somewhat confident. Sometimes people could surprise you once you get past their surface issues. Now Morikawa could head to the Burning Hammer sales demo with a little more peace of mind. Speaking of which... Crap, what time is it? In a panic, Morikawa checked his wristwatch. Think about this wristwatch. That will tell you how you think about the opposite sex and whatnot. What? Hold on, was that the trick? Like the first thing you think about it is how you think about the opposite sex? Was that the... Was that the kicker? That doesn't make any sense. My thing was like, oh, it looks well worn. Like it's from the 70s. This is kind of neat, I guess. It's a big number. It's a limited edition. Like, how? None of that makes any sense. The demo was set to start in less than 5 minutes. Uh-oh. He really was cutting it close. Norikawa sprinted through the intersection, heading for center guy. To be continued! The opposite sex is well worn and from the 70s. Correct. Apparently that's how I think. Oh gosh, Kano has a long story to get through. Don't know about this, but I'm pretty sure it needs to come through Kano. Okay. Let's go. We can skip through a lot of it though. That guard made us stand out of the crowd. All the criminals wear the same black clothing. Yes. Did they know they're wearing the same clothing? Like, I'm not sure what's gonna change here. Cause like, I'm surprised they brought me all the way back here for making one small change. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Ensuring the hostage's safety. This was a situation where he was stuck to his guns for sure. 3 years ago. Oh, we did this already. It even shows that we already looked at the thing. It's not even bright blue, it's dark blue. The dark blue of we've already seen this. Step aside, step aside. Let's go, let's go. All right, so yeah, while I'm clicking through, yeah, what did everyone else say about the watch? I don't know about watches. I'm so sorry, Algul. Apparently, according to this game, you don't know about the opposite sex. And I don't think, was there any other, I don't think there was any other opinions about watches. But still. You never know. Metal Gear, visual novel. Oh no, I love this. This is the only time I've actually been surprised by how far back it made me go, and also especially because it's literally making me watch the exact same stuff. I feel like it might have been a small bug or something that this happened. I might have just done something in an order that they didn't expect. Rolex, Casio, Omega, Fossil watches. Yeah, those are apparently all of the opposite sex, you know, as well. You know, brands of opposite sex. What? Rip and pip, rip and pepperonis. Still, I mean, listen, outside is full of germs and sun and cold now too. I like going outside. I like going on walks. It's fun. It's nice. I've literally seen every single bit of this dialogue. Nothing has changed. I have no idea why. Yeah, I really think it's a bug at this point. Yeah, so we're back here. It's bleeding pretty bad. There's a towel wrapped around the guy's head. We take him to tell him to go to the hospital. Yeah, I don't think... Time to go to a hospital, friend. I feel like these are not the same guys who saw Toyama, but I'm not 100% sure. Guess we'll find out. Outside is full of unpet dogs. This is true. Taking them to juvenile affairs seems like a whole thing. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You're right, she's not part of this, just one of those street evangelists or something. Yeah, she had me asking me, are you really happy with your life? Wig me out. I bailed out of there real quick. So, Sam, I'm thinking yeah, it's not gonna hand it off at any moment now. side, you take the other. How would it end up on the other? I'm on board. I'm sick of all this waiting. Yes, yes, yes. Well. If it isn't Mr. Toyama, okay. No, it's not the same, guys. Work. 4 o'clock, right? Okay. Nothing new. I'm watching. Made a run for it. Cool. I'm missing something still. I mean, the thing is, though, I have a to be continued and to be continued. I wonder if the hint will change based on the advice I give or don't give, but the problem is it's not really helpful. Paper pushing can be kind of fun. Hee hee. I'm still trying. Okay, so I can at minimum. Does this seem bad end? Let's see if it's better advice. There's someone who's to meet them outside of their house. Yeah. So. Okay, at minimum, advice for Toyama, I think we can swap this to the other one, the weird reverse psychology thing. Office, they'll find me there for sure. I wanna leave. Okay. Jump and the key out and then here, Achi to be continued. Kano bed and Osawa stuck. What else? Up with him. I mean, the thing is, I feel like that's just gonna lead to a bad end. Let's find out. I mean, we try. This ends now. Achi leapt into the forklift. This is definitely a bad end. He lowered the forks and stepped on the accelerator, picking up the pallet of cardboard boxes as he charged towards the man with the cane. The tower of boxes struck the man with a thud. Achi kept accelerating, driving back a good 10 meters or so. Gunmen let out a low grunt at the impact. Achi hit the brake and shifted back in reverse, hit the gas again, back up as fast as he could. The boxes crashed down in a heap, burying the assassin underneath. Several small bottles spilled from the broken cardboard and shattered on the pavement. Hey, what the hell are you doing? A middle-aged man in a sanitation uniform had come running at the sound of the forklift. Sorry, man, gotta run. Don't forget to recycle that glass. He took Hitomi's hand and sprinted away down the alley. Sanitation work glowered at him and turned and gazed despondently at the jumbled pile of boxes of broken glass. what happens from there? All that work just to wind up fleeing for their lives again. Tomi, I'm so sorry. Okay. It seems like that scatters them on the place no matter what. Yeah, there's nothing here. We already got the 2B continued, so I guess that's fine. Tama doesn't have the 2B continued. It's only 15 minutes for the blah, 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 blah. I feel like this might be the one where I might have undone the thing. I'm so unsure. If I did, at minimum, I can go fix it. But still. Faster, faster! I hurry to the loading dock. It's not there! Where is it? Look, and I see no sign whatsoever of a burning hammer. In panic, I call the recycling guy. Well, I definitely returned it to the loading dock, I can assure you of that. If you're telling me it's not there now, that's not my responsibility. Hangs up, didn't even sound like he cared. I look around, but to no avail. Yeah, it's definitely not here. Did someone else take it, maybe? Garbage bag flashes me a curious look. What do we do, Tama? Not really sure, sir. Now my boss is an even bigger wreck than before. My job is toast. Okay. So, at minimum, the Achi thing we do have to do first. And then I have to call it for the day because that's all I can do. Now we have it saved on A, and okay, we're just gonna have to figure this out later with all these various choices. Now that Tom has the to be continued, and this has. How are we supposed to meet outside this person's house? Who's supposed to meet outside the house? How? Termination. Bloodied young man. To be like go to the detention center. I guess. Well, we can try that. That's what we're gonna try. Probably called Juvenile Affairs. Took out his cell phone so we could call it Juvenile Affairs. Oh boy, part of the communal safety section which handles the crimes pertaining to the public decency, finances, pollution. What is Burning Hammer? So Burning Hammer is this magical miracle sham weight loss drink that Tama is trying to sell as part of her job. And it's basically just super, super, super spicy. That's it. I mean, that's mostly it. And it is very related to Tama's story, but it finds its way into the other character stories too. Many SMS members are underage. Shibuya Precinct's Juvenile Affairs Division has been ramping up its efforts to deal with the gang. Although one detective in particular has been using this as an excuse to go on patrol at arcades, ignoring his duties in order to fuel his video game addiction. Oh crap, you a cop? Who you kids with? Okay. Would ain't like that. hospital just down that way. Wait, what? So nothing changed from that. Sounds like Hessa was on the verge of breaking up. That did change nothing. Okay, well. We don't have any other choice. We have to figure this out next week. It's gonna be a puzzle, though. This is the part where it's puzzly, puzzle. Oh, no, it's just super spicy. Like, it's spicy. It's not ginger, it's spice. So, either way. So, thank you all for hanging out with me today. It has been a delightful time, as always. And now, I must adieu until next week. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.